Nintendo must have heard that I wasn't feeling so good last night because I needed to pick me up for this morning. And boy, did I get one. We got exciting new announcements from Nintendo, big leaks for new Switch games, and the prettiest Joy-Con yet. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Hope you're all doing fantastic out there. I love Joy-Con. Hold on, let me get my Joy-Con box. Okay, will you wait for me, please?
2 hours later.
Hang on, I gotta get this right. Okay. Here we go. This is my Joy-Con box, okay? I got pretty much all the Joy-Con and like custom Joy-Con in here. Ooh, look at this freaking SNES custom Joy-Con. I got this box is not organized very well, but I got all the spicy kind, even, you know, the right and the left. I love Joy-Con. That's what this is. That's what this is to show you. And so the fact that Nintendo has finally put out new Joy-Con for the first time in a really long time has me smitten. And they are pastel pink, which I don't care what anybody says. These are hot. These are really cool and really fun and perfect for Valentine's Day. Except they're not coming out on Valentine's Day. They're coming out March 22nd. Now, they'll be $79.99, like a normal pair of Joy-Con. They are going to be available at select retailers and the My Nintendo store for a limited time. I don't know how long the limited time thing is, but Nintendo has basically done this with all of their colorways. Pro Controller and Joy-Con, they make them and then they're hard to get and then they're really expensive. Why Nintendo chooses to do this, I don't know. I think it's forced scarcity, which they love because then people get really excited to buy the new colorways on launch day. Select retailers, I don't know, that sounds a little strange, but I'm guessing it's going to be the main, you know, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, etc. But these Joy-Con, I think, look pretty fun. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to pick them up. I haven't picked up new Joy-Con in a long time. I got a Pro Controller recently, Tears of the Kingdom, and the Splatoon 3, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but have not... Wait, did Xenoblade Chronicles 3 have one? Or was it Monster Hunter Rise? Or was it both? I don't know, but I'm excited for these Joy-Con, and I will be grabbing them because they're freaking cool and unique, and, you know, who's making pastel pink controllers these days? Nintendo. Now, they're dropping March 22nd because of Princess Peach Showtime, which also got a new trailer today highlighting 2 new jobs for Miss Peach herself. We know about Patissiere Peach, we know about Kung Fu Peach, Detective Peach, now we know about Ninja Peach and Cowgirl Peach. 2 new jobs, 2 new styles of gameplay for the princess. I think this game is shaping up to be incredibly cool. The variety is off the charts. I saw someone compare it to Luigi's Mansion 3, where you sort of have like a set environment, but then there's all these different puzzle elements, maybe even combat mechanics, and things that you have to solve and suss out as you're working through Nintendo's masterfully created worlds. I think that's a really great comparison. I just hope that Princess Peach Showtime is not too easy. Luigi's Mansion 3 is not a super hard game by any stretch, but it still is a challenging game at times. It's not like just press A to win. And I do wonder if Princess Peach Showtime is targeting a younger audience and therefore will have much easier gameplay, comparable to something like the Yoshi titles. Now, don't get me wrong, the Yoshi games are fun, but challenge is not really a part of it unless you're going for all the collectibles. I think Nintendo can win me over here whether they make a more challenging game or an easier game with a bunch of collectibles, but it needs one of the two. I don't really want an easy game with no harder collectibles and 100% challenges, so I hope that this delivers because it looks absolutely fun. Peach deserves her own game, and you know there's even more costumes, more jobs, more styles of gameplay to come. They all look so unique. And what I really want to point out to you is even within each class, like the Cowgirl class, there's a bunch of different styles of gameplay even with that. Like they're taking this costume, this job, this idea, and stretching it to see what kind of creativity they can come up with. It's not just a one note per job, one type of gameplay. Nintendo is working their magic, and I'm ready for them to show it all off in a couple of months. Now, I do want to point out that people have worried maybe this nixes a February Nintendo Direct. They're announcing Pink Joy-Con, they're showing another trailer for Princess Peach Showtime, but let me assure you, this does not. Yes, Nintendo is going a little Twitter crazy this morning, and they've been making some smaller announcements, but they are saving all the big stuff for the next Direct. Nintendo cannot start advertising Princess Peach Showtime mid-February and then have a mid-March launch. They need to get out ahead, and now is the perfect time to do so, 2 months before the game releases. Nintendo has always posted trailers and reveals on Twitter, and that never has nixed directs. Well, maybe it has once during COVID, but It doesn't in this case. Nintendo isn't just like posting a ton of new game reveals and announcing a ton of stuff. They're doing a follow-up trailer and a Joy-Con reveal. That's small beans in comparison to what they usually have at a major Nintendo Direct. So if you're seeing people question, worry, say that there's not going to be a February Direct, don't worry. I can almost assure you that there will be. And Nintendo is just kind of pacing things out and giving us information on games like Mario vs. Donkey Kong and Princess Peach Showtime that are coming out very soon, and that honestly probably don't need all that much time at the next Nintendo Direct. Save it for future games and ones that didn't get a lot of love, like Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. I'd love to see the changes that they made for that one, and that game, along with Luigi's Mansion 2, are further off than the aforementioned Mario vs. DK and Peach, so this makes total sense. Don't worry, we're getting a Nintendo Direct. Speaking of Directs, at some future Direct, you might see these two games that have been leaked by a credible Atlas leaker who correctly leaked Persona 5 Tactica and the Persona 3 Reload Remaster Remix. Now he comes out and says that both Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor will be coming to the new Switch successor. Yep, more talk about Switch 2 and Switch 2 games, but like I said, this insider does have correct information and has been proven accurate before based on their recent leaks of upcoming games and recently released titles. Persona 5 Tactica itself even hit the Switch. I am so pumped to see talk of Metaphor ReFantazio hitting Nintendo Switch 2. This game looks absolutely bananas and like a Persona from a parallel dimension. It's like Across the Spider-Verse Persona style as things get a totally different coat of paint, but still retaining the incredible design aesthetics and awesome gameplay and stories of the Persona titles. Plus, we do have Persona 4 Golden and 5 Royal on Switch, so getting Persona 3 Reload would be awesome. And even though those titles are due out on Xbox in just a few weeks, it does make sense that Atlas would want to save these for a big Switch 2 launch. I think, again, packing in that launch window with a ton of games is going to be super important and going to be super huge and honestly super lucrative. Now, one thing this insider does not mention is whether these games will be cross-platform or not, cross-generation, rather would be the better term. We know that Metaphor is due out fall 2024, and so that could easily be a multi-platform release that hits next-gen consoles and not the current-gen system of Nintendo Switch. But Persona 3 Reload, given that we do have 4 Golden and 5 Royal, I know 3 Reload is the newest game, but I do feel like 3 Reload could be a cross-gen title, and then Metaphor stays as sort of the Switch 2 exclusive. That way, Atlas has a fall that appeals to everybody. They're able to capitalize on both install bases, incentivize new purchases, and reward customers who have been a Switch owner for a long time. Atlas has supported the system quite well. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a great example, and we know that they will continue to do so. So this leak is a fun one, a positive one, but it's not going to show up at the next Direct. Maybe Persona 3 Reload could, if it is going to be a cross-gen game, but you will not see Switch 2 games show up at the next Direct. Nintendo's got to announce the system first. And once they do that, then floodgates can open, and whether it's at a Direct or a Summer Games Fest presentation or just a tweet from Atlas themselves, I am super pumped and will raise my fists in glory once Metaphor gets confirmed, because honestly, in terms of pure aesthetics, I think that is the coolest looking announced game we have in the entire gaming industry. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and if you have a game that looks more stylish, please link me. I definitely need to see that game too. Pal World is all the rage. 6 million plus players, $100 million plus dollars, and setting world records for Steam with over 1.2 million concurrent players last time I checked. Absolutely bananas. I have started in on the game, and I do have thoughts that I'll be sharing with you. I know it's created a ton of controversy over Pokemon versus Pal World, copying versus AI, different types of games, different types of audiences, all that. I'm going to set that all aside for a future video and just tell you that Bloomberg did get comment from Nintendo. Nintendo says they are aware of Pal World, but not commenting on individual cases, meaning they're not going to tell you if they're upset, they're not going to tell you if they're okay, they're not going to tell you if the ninjas are currently filing the longest legal brief in video game history. The Pokemon Company declined to comment, won't even acknowledge Pal World, but it's interesting to me that Nintendo did. And I think that shows you that from Nintendo's point of view, these are very different games. I know there are so many comparisons. I know that there are so many similarities. I know we've debated on the internet whether or not legal action could be taken. But A, if Nintendo was going to do it, they would have already done it. And B, I really do think after playing myself that Nintendo isn't very afraid, worried, or bothered, because these games actually, despite the look, despite how it might seem on the surface, I think they're targeting almost completely different audiences. So with that being said, Nintendo knows about Palworld, but they're not doing much about it. They'll continue to make their Pokemon games and working with TPC to generate exciting adventures that sell 40 million copies, and hey, Palworld might go on to sell more, it might top out and peak at less, but regardless, Nintendo is fine. They make tons of money, they have a franchise that has lasted for 25 years and will last for 25 more. I don't know if the same can be said for Palworld. I think the success is insane, absolutely bonkers, but I'll share more thoughts in a full video. In the meantime, let me know what you think. How does Princess Peach Showtime look to you? Are you pumped for some pink pastel Joy-Con? And what do you think about those Atlas leaks? Hit me up in the comments down below. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there, everybody. And until next time, love you lots. SwitchForce out.